outhouse was in the edge of the pasture.
I wish we had more pictures.
I know.
But I do want a copy of that. I've never seen that before.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was thinking you were talking about Roscoe's farm, and I thought that doesn't look like it. And I do have a mental picture of the farm in Maryland.
But when Meemaw had her clothesline back here and hung her clothes on the clothesline, well, we didn't have an indoor bathroom until the year Clyde was born. Peggy was 10 and I was 11.
Yeah, I was in the 5th grade.
We had an outhouse. I don't remember what we used. Seemed like we used the chamber pots until Daddy fixed that outhouse.
Yeah.
And he used dynamite to blow the dirt, blow the dirt out, make a hole. And Mother had her clean clothes hanging on the line. And Daddy blew dirt all over her clean clothes.
And the seat on the toilet was concrete. He made a concrete, and I don't know how he did that.
What I don't understand is why they ever put 2 seats in a toilet.
But Grandma Cox had a 2-seater. Well, I think a lot of people had 2 seats.
Well, Meemaw fell in the toilet when she was a little girl.
Up in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of people had 2-seaters. It was kind of like a status symbol back then. And they used Sears and Roebuck catalogs to wipe with.
Yeah.
Now we were
Sears of the.
Well,
it was Sears and Roebuck.
We used to get our clothes through mail order. I can remember the packages coming in the mail. Mother would order our clothes from Sears. And I wish we still had some
We had the big
Sears
catalogs, and it was so exciting for the Christmas catalog to come, and you would pick out what toys you wanted, the wish book.
Yeah, that's what it was called. But you got catalogs from Sears and Penny's, and at one time a company called Montgomery Ward.
Sears and Roebuck.
But then again, a dress was $2 or $3.
And Mother made a lot of our clothes, and she made them, many of them out of feed sacks. And a lot of people used, because the feed sacks back then were multicolored.
I have some feed. Well, right there's a feed sack, and I've got some in the closet in there. But I expect Mother made that dress.
Probably so. Did you make yours?
I made this dress, yes. It was blue. It was lace.
Yeah.
Over satin. It was 2 layers. And I made my wedding gown. That was my home ec project for my senior year.
Look at your pa, how cute he is.
I saw a meme on, and I was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
how pretty she is.
She was 37. Mother. There's already one of those open. I don't know.
This?
No, it is the one that you had.
You tend to that. I tend to this.
And I don't know if you've ever noticed or not.
What? Not this.
This picture.
Not this.
actually, I want that one. Want that.
This is your great grandparents, Pawpaw's mother and daddy, Emmett and Veda Mainers.
Here we go.
They were my great.
They're Pawpaw. They're my grandparents. This is Emmett and Veda Mainers, and his mother and daddy died on the same day, about 45 minutes apart at home.
One of them had
died at
pneumonia,
home.
and he died first, and then she laid there beside him
I don't remember.
and on the
that
floor and died. Elizabeth.
They're married. They're buried at River Hill Church in Virginia.
Jerry and Elizabeth. Grandpa Jerry. We didn't have a phone.
You want some?
I
was gonna.
don't believe we
some to
had a
Alex.
phone until I was in 10th grade. Do you remember?
Oh, I don't know. We had the ringer phone on the wall. The one that's on Mother's wall right now, we used that one to begin with.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, and then we had the,
And it was a rotary, then we got a rotary phone that you had to, and a party line too.
well, I think
In
your
the
mother's
beginning.
still got something similar to that.
Is that a different one?
No. But I'll pour them out, so.
Just listening on the line, see who all talking.
Yeah, I tell the kids at school about that sometimes. It's hard for them to believe you had to pick the line up and listen first before you started talking.
And Donna got the same phone that I have from Mom and Dad. The same phone number.
Is it?
Yeah.
She's got it over there somewhere in the basement, I think. This, behind that wagon, was a muscadine vine. Scuppernong vine. You could walk under it. It was up high enough that you could walk under it, and it was just full, bigger than the size
You
of
know
this
what
table.
scuppernongs are?
The grape.
Mm-hmm.
You take the skin off.
round green muscadines are purple colored. The scuppernongs
Yeah.
are greenish brown. And we'd have scuppernon fights, throw them at each other, and also cow patty fights too sometimes.
yeah.
Your mother,
Mom.
yeah, your mother and
And
Mandy.
Donna and Mandy
Yeah.
did that especially. But the holding lot out here would have to be cleaned out after every time that you finished milking. So there was,
Tractor to scrape.
and cleaning out the barn and hosing it down.
Yeah, I would do that.
And I don't know about Barbara, but for me, well, we had a radio in the barn.
Oh yeah, Elvis.
And they say that having music helps the cows to give down their milk
Not
better.
the kind of music we played.
And rock and roll was not what it is today. It was much milder. There was no profanity in it.
Well, I'm sure
and-
she's heard that from what her daddy plays, the 50s and the 60s
Yeah.
music, so much of it.
But when friends would come home with me or come over to the house to play, and I had to milk, I'd have them standing over here against the wall, and they wouldn't be paying attention, and I'd take a cow's teat and squirt milk at them. And the cats would sit up on the window ledges in the barn and open their mouths and would just squirt milk in. Have you ever milked a cow?
I don't think I have.
Okay. Well, you got to
So-
get that. You got to get that rhythm in. Squeeze, pull, squeeze, pull. I never thought of us as being poor. I don't think we were poor. There were some people at our school that probably had more than we did.
Yeah, and
But-
store-bought clothes.
Yeah, but I think most of the people that we went to school with, their parents either worked in the mill, or I don't know where they worked, because the textiles were real big everywhere. But it's in Albemarle especially. There was the cotton mill, and
They were in 3 shifts, 6 days a week. They would start back up on 3rd shift Monday morning, 12 a.m. Sunday night. Monday morning would be the 3rd shift, and they would work till Saturday morning, 3rd shift. It'd just be shut down. It would just be shut down for a couple days, and then they'd go right back to. It was people worked around the 24 hours around the clock.
what were other jobs that anybody would have made more money?
I don't know.
Owning the mills.
Oh yeah, well.
None
that
of the
was-
people we went to school with.
Their daddies went out over there.
The farmers. There used to be dairy farms.
Like Wanda Hearns, they had the little store, and did her mother work in the mill or didn't
No,
work at
I
all?
don't think she worked it all. When you go over here at the end of Gurley Road, where you turn on Jean Road toward the school, there was a little store there, a little country store.
You couldn't believe it there now where the road is.
No, you
Yeah.
can't even believe it was there now.
I,
But this used to be a store down here.
I guess
Oh.
Ricky's mother and daddy would be considered pretty well off. His dad worked for the highway department, and Mimi taught school with her master's degree, so they probably, I was trying to think, like Hazeline's dad worked at Alcoa, so they made good money.
Yeah, that was the big job in the county, was working at Alcoa.
Yeah, and I don't know anybody else in my class whose parent worked at Alcoa. Her mother, I don't think her mother worked out of the home. The Smith children that lived over the road from us, they lived in, it would be considered a shack today. Now, it was clean, but it was just an old wooden house, and they had bunk beds. There were, at the time we were going over there to play with them, there were 10 at home, I think, and there had
Something
been,
like that.
I think, 13 of them. But their daddy worked at the brickyard, and I can just see Mr. Purley coming home, and he would be covered with
Red
dust.
dirt
And I don't know how they even took baths. They
in a
didn't,
wash tub.
because they didn't have, I know they didn't have an indoor bathroom.
Cause I walked in one day on Joe in the bathtub, in the wash tub, and he's sitting in the kitchen
HR,
floor.
I think that was playing.
You talking about being embarrassed now?
They didn't even have a bathroom inside.
But Miss Emma made the best biscuits, and they just had old wooden furniture there, and we would, it
I
was
can't-
like a picnic table inside.
I can't ever remember spending the night over there. Maybe you did, but
I did, yeah.
And I can't remember anything except the kitchen and that long table.